I wanted to share this product, which is a modified CW-3000. Basically it's for us in the colder climates that can use the surrounding air to cool it. And the modifications I've done to it is that it has a temperature controller inside that both control a built-in heater in the water tank as well as when the fan is on or off. So this means that I can get a very precise temperature control even if it's basically just a CW-3000 model. So here's the CW-4000 that I've built out of a CW-3000. It's basically the same cooler, but with some modifications on how it performs and operates. With a normal cooler you do not have any kind of temperature control at all. So whatever is the ambient temperature, it will try to get to there. But this is an issue, especially with us in very cold climate. So you can see the water is now 8 degrees, and as the laser is running, it will heat up and then it will go all the way down to 8-9 degrees again once it's not running, and it's difficult to get a consistent result. So this is basically what I've done. So at the front it looks completely normal, but if you go to the back of the machine, you can see here it looks a little bit different. So this up here is a temperature controller that controls both heating and cooling. So when this operates, you can set the preferred temperature, and if it's higher than that, the fan will start cooling, and if it's lower than the set temperature, the water heater inside the tank will start to heat the water. So for example, if I'm going to set this to a temperature of, let's see, I can set it to maybe 16 degrees. It's a little bit difficult to do one-handed, but let's try. So I have to hold this, so we set it to 16 degrees. As you can see now, we turned on the heater. So now the heater inside the water tank is cooling, the A is heating the water. And if I set it to a lower temperature, so maybe 5 degrees in here, it's not possible, but yeah, so you can see the point, or 6 maybe. You can see now the fan started to kick in, that means it's trying to cool the water instead. So we should shut back. To 16. So this gives a level of temperature control that was not present before. And this allows us to use these units in very cold climates to still be able to have a quite consistent temperature control of our laser tube. So here is the water tank inside of the cooler, and this is where the aquarium heater is connected through the water tank. If you look inside, you can see the 75 watts heater that's submerged and is hanging by the cable, so that once it's inside, it's just barely above the bottom of the tank. So this keeps the water warm basically, but it's controlled by the controller here, temperature, so it turns on and off by this. So this is the inside of a cooler unit. Here is the front. There was not enough space between the front and the tank to mount the temperature controller, so I'm keeping this display at the front to read the temperature of the water going into the laser tube. And here at the back, here is the temperature controller, and it's connected to a sensor that goes down and mounts here to the outlet of the radiator before it goes into the tank. So this means that the temperature controller up here is reading the water as it enters the tank. So it knows how cool the water has gotten after the radiator. On the temperature controller here, you have connected it to the mains here, the sensor connector, and you connect the heater here and the cooling here. So this here I got connected to the water heater in the tank, and this is connected to control the fan. So this means that when this temperature gauge here is reading below the set temperature, and the water heater in here is connected here will start heating the water, and when it's higher than the set temperature it will start to control the fan, so the fan blows ambient air through the radiator and cools the water instead. So yeah, there's not much to it, but this gives a lot of control of the temperature instead of relying on only the ambient temperature as control. So I hope this might help someone. And it's quite cheap to do. It was between $20 and $30 to make this modification. Yeah, that's it.